Hi, welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick angel guide oracle reading for the Aries. This will be an angel guide oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right. So let's just jump right into your angel guide oracle reading, Aries, and let's see what your strength is at this time and what's in your favor in the current situation. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. This is for Aries. What is Aries strength at this time? Aries strength at this time. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Aries strength at this time. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. This is for Aries. Whoa, we just had a lot that just fell out, okay? We have Soul Star Activation, Memories of Atlantis, and Lemurian Sea Codes, okay? And I feel like it's really important for you at this time, Aries, to truly see what matters, right? And realize the balance that's needed, okay? I feel like especially when it comes to you truly connecting with your emotions, right? I feel like when it comes to water and the importance of water, it's important for you to take charge and action with that, because at the end of the day, we are all aware of the benefits of everything. We are aware of the benefits of beauty, love, money, but especially water. And I feel like it's about how it's being used and how it's being maneuvered in a certain manner. And I feel like you have to remember the awareness that it really does take to be in the body of water. I feel like pay attention to the animals that surrounds you, because they are like the alarm, okay? They are your alarm system. So just make sure you develop healthy boundaries with the things that come off like a little, like the wounds need to still be healed of the past type of energy, and make sure you are truly living with grace. I feel like we have we have developed something through technology when it comes to the emotional state of everything and everyone, is specifically water, okay? And I feel like it's it's not causing a blockage, but it's causing us not to identify the true compassion that it takes to be the water barrier, right? And I'm saying that to you, Aries, as being the individual that understand your power and control, understand your strength and guidance, okay? And I feel like it's important for you to continue to bring love into certain situations and in certain environments, but at the same time paying attention to that water aspect of things is going to help you really, not need to use all your tools at one time, right? Or, use more tools than you need to type of energy. So, and I feel like, let go of the need to be right when it comes to people needing to show up in whatever form that they need to show up, or being told to show up in whatever form that they are showing up in. It's like that's okay, but for you and your guidance, I feel like you have to pay attention to how we are using water and why we are using it in that manner, okay? I don't feel like emotions are running high. I just feel like, staying rooted and grounded in what really matters, and you having to take the time to realize what really matters, because over the course of probably your life, and even a particular part of your journey, you might have gotten complacent with what the balance is, spirituality and practicality, right? So when you don't have that balance, it's hard to truly be able to see the full picture. So, making sure that you are understanding, you are good enough, and encouraging others to know that they are good enough as well. I feel like you continue to communicate in the best way that you can, but don't lose that knowledge that it's going to take way more than just what has already been done. And somebody, like, they really don't want to go to sleep, right? So they're doing a lot to be present, to be looked at, to be like, hey, if something happens to, no, let me stop. But I feel like you are the diamond for a reason, okay, Aries, and you have to continue to remind yourself that there's many different aspects to who you are and why you are. And just even if you're a man, you are able to benefit from knowing what the body of water truly does bring. And by you, or if you are a woman in this form, you are able to truly connect to it more. So see that you are greater than and just don't allow for the progress of technology to deter you from seeing the guidance for truly what it is. I feel like somebody has been watching over you though for a long time now. Especially, like, I won't say like when you sleep or anything, but like they look out for you in different ways, Aries, and I feel like you should be appreciative of that. I feel like it helps with the downloads and the intelligence, right? Because I feel like with the modern day technology, we have Chat TBZ or whatever, and we have Gemini, and those things are really good to a certain degree. But at the same time, it's our minds, it's our way of thinking, being, and seeing things that actually is what's going to help glitch this whole reality back to what it needs to be. So if we aren't exercising our true authentic way of expressing ourselves and appreciating the compassion it takes to be able to understand the communication through each other, then we won't really be seen as who we truly are. So I feel like make sure that you are seeing that it's okay to have those things. Like I don't know if it's called chat, but whatever those things are that helps with the communication and getting more information and things like that. It's okay to use those tools, but it's the water. It's the water that we have to really not allow to be manipulated, or not, you feel me, it's like it's not manipulated, but it's just more like I don't really like how they use it when it comes to technology. I just, because yeah, with crystal skull wisdom at the bottom of the deck, it's like there's too much clarity in the human mind and the human body, and balancing all that out to then allow for the technology to be what's leading and guiding, and the aspect from that, right? Because if we're patient and we have compassion for ourselves and others, we are able to see that we are way better than whatever their perspective is, or however they are able to word certain things. It's our minds, it's our approaches, it's our energy that is going to generate and really glitch out this whole aspect. But you know, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't, type of energy. And that's kind of where it's like you have to let go of the need to be right, because there has been a lot of things done wrong to people, organizations, and unions. So there's a lot that is still being held on to, like no means no. I was like, whoa, okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm telling you, it's just going to be a repeat if you don't see that you are good enough. What's the blessings that Aries carrying in her heart? Yeah, the divine matrix, okay? And I feel like be more considerate. I feel like, because I feel like when you're in this fearful energy, that is like a real learned behavior, right? It's a very limited energy of you fulfilling your soul contracts, right? Or seeing what your future happiness can really bring you, okay? I feel like it's just more about really seeing the synchronicities of everything and everyone for truly what it is. But being considerate of those that just don't know any better, right? It's like if they don't know any better, they just don't know any better. But your growth and your intelligence is way far beyond what our new approach to life truly is. And that's something you have to like continuously remind yourself, like embracing the energy of peace that truly surrounds you and the whole collective. But I feel like the animals, like especially, I feel like they always know things before we do, right? They sense it, they smell it before we do. And I feel like take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But a particular person or a particular animal was already trying to tell someone that they are in a relationship with someone that isn't true, right? It's like, when you cut an apple in half, right? And it typically has like 3 to 4 seeds, in the middle of it, right? To kind of like, this is just an example, okay? To kind of like be able to see that, okay, this is an apple and it has seeds, and we can grow from that. We can produce from that. But I feel like somebody was like cut open and they didn't even have nothing in the middle of it, but they were making it seem like they were like an apple, right? They are what it is. But once you got to the crevices of something, it was just not that. So I'm like, you really have to pay attention to what the animals are talking about, regardless of how erratic it may seem sometimes. But it is the right path, and it is the right type of classes too, because not everyone is able to comprehend things in the right manner or in the most important manner. And yeah, when we are invested in certain things and developing, our technology more so than our human makeup, we won't see that those things are just going to delay us as a whole, right? So, but everything is interconnected, okay? Hmm. I just feel like don't give up, Aries, okay? Continue to know that you are embraced by the light, and just don't give up, right? Just don't give up and focus on the things that you have a say in, right? The things that you can see as being an individual. And if you know about the water aspect of it all, then really take charge and action when it comes to that aspect, and don't hesitate on it. It might bring a lot of jealousy, it might bring a lot of standoff energy, like this is weird, but see what matters for you. See what matters for you. I told you something was very potent, and it still is potent, but it comes in a different form. When you develop better habits and better understandings, things become masterful in one's life. So you have to see that the energies are still as potent as they used to be, but the initiations was what they were for a reason, because we are being looked at as, how do we self-love ourselves, right? How do we bring the demonstration of what self-love truly is to the collective? Even though all this is going on, how do you still show up for yourself and those around you? So that's something you really have to take in, though, Aries. What's the guidance for Aries? Karmic board clearing. Okay, karmic board clearing. Live your truth. Yeah, I feel like it's a time and place for everything, Aries. A time and place for everything. Yeah. I feel like it's all about understanding the resentfulness that one may have towards you, Aries. And I don't, it's like, I try to mind my own business because I don't really know what I'm feeling when it comes to like, but like transformation, you know, raising above certain energies and understanding the love and letting yourself be loved is truly how you start to rewrite your story for the betterment of all, okay, and especially yourself. But I feel like, yeah, like I don't even know what they want you to like confess to type of energy, Aries. Like it's like I just saw the karmic board clearing and I'm just not getting good vibes from it. It's like, yeah, like we're in this resentful energy, and while not that's what it is. It's like you're too focused on something, but you're not seeing that we like yeah, like a mother or a father that works a lot, right? And they might have a very important job, but like now that time and these children are grown-ups, they are like in this resentful type of energy, like, you know, like you wasn't there for us, you didn't think of us in the loving way. So now it's like, so Aries, I feel like no, I'm not saying clear the board of your children. I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is make plans and focus, Aries, okay? Like just make sure that you are living your truth and you are communicating, and you know, just encourage people to live their truth and communicate as well. It's like, you know, you got to move around. It's just too much. It's too much. But no, for real though, like I don't know what it is with this karmic board clearing though, and that's the guidance. But if we, and that's like the real message here. It's like that compassion that it takes for yourself and others that is truly needed. So be patient with those that don't truly understand your point of view. Be patient with yourself and others that they just not getting that, you know, is more than just me not being there to help you through this or help you through that, because I am there. Like I'm always there. So I don't know what you are emotionally unhappy about. And you know, and I feel like that's what where that transitioning, oh, maybe there is someone that's going through a transition, you know, a sexual transition, and they're like overly emotional about everything. Mm-mm. Yeah, for sure, you know, for sure. I just feel like Aries, just take your time with things. You know, grow at your own pace, but like, and it's purpose, to being, you know, a man in your feminine energy or a woman in your masculine energy. There's purpose to that. But don't get lost in feeling like you have to be overly, like, penetrating your own mind and your own existence by trying to rewrite a story that you were supposed to live out. Like, you're supposed to live out whatever form you were born in. You're supposed to, whether you was birthed into a really messed up family or not, you as being the individual is supposed to live it out. So when you try to run away from it or try to become something completely different and lose that aspect of understanding why you were birthed through water and the aspect of water that truly matters to your whole makeup, then it's like, so just be careful and see that it's okay to energetically clear from things that just limits your viewpoint on everything. Okay, just energetically clearing. This is Soul Star activation here with Memories of Atlantis. I say give it like just give it a little bit more time for certain energies to get on a college level of understanding, because we really, it's like you can't force these things onto people. You can't force, and that's the chat TBD and Gemini, right? It's too easy. Hey Gemini, so let me do Gemini. It's like, that's too easy to understand, right? That's too easy. And when things are a little too easy, that's when it needs to be questioned. So when you're not really working hard and you're not really trying to figure out the answers by living out experiences and going through things and actually paying attention, then you get what you get with that. So I feel like be very just be very careful, and it's going to take some time, but if we stay committed and dedicated and patient, we can really see the hope of the whole world. Okay, because I feel like we're all over the place, right? Like, meaning like divine earth angels are all over the place, and we do our light work in different ways. So just if you don't have to use certain things, just don't, but focus on that water aspect. Though, it's like, just imagine. No, but yeah, no. Imagine you being an individual, right? And you really look up to like your mother or your father, and you kind of want to walk in their footsteps to a certain degree. But just imagine that being something totally like used only through technology, though. So the technology is looking at you to then, like, walk in your footsteps and do all the things. So the you okay. I'm just like, I want that to be deeply understood about why we have to work on having compassion for ourselves and others. Okay, that's just kind of why that kind of is so potent right now, and in the midst of I don't think that is as powerful as it appear like, right? Because the world is a really big place, but it has a lot of grasp on the minds and the bodies of people. So You know, we have to be careful when we don't think it has as much power as it does, but at the same time, you have to see that we are working really hard to not, you know, get lost in that frequency, because that frequency is it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's like all right, what's the soul star activation here with memories of Atlantis and Lemurian sea coast? Ooh. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. That's why I say, well, if we killed all the animals and we are eating all the animals, we not ever going to stop. It's just like, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to. I heard someone told me today that, you know, eating animals or eating meat, eating meat is the most healthiest thing you could do for yourself, right? It's the most healthiest food out there is you eating meat. But then it's like, but do you not understand the animals for who they truly are and why they are even here, right? Because just like us, if we are killing ourselves and we are hurting ourselves, and then tell somebody else, you don't see the benefit of hurting that person, you don't see the benefit of eating that person like that. It's like, why are we here though? Why were we chosen to be here in this time? Not to be eaten. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I would hate for any of you. Y'all be saying these ancestors are around. What if you came back as a squirrel? What if you came back as a squirrel? And I be seeing squirrels dead all over the place. So you gotta be careful. The Twin Towers is significant to a situation too. Or there's towers going on in like two different places that are identical. It might just be like different like, you know, energies fighting up against each other, but it's identical. What's this soul star activation with memories of Atlantis and Lemurian sea coast? And with the Seven of Cups, I feel like continue to see, before, yes, before signing anything, before, you know, be getting all invested in, embedded in certain new forms of technology in any form or fashion, make sure you are realizing what truly matters to you. Make sure it is, you know, a place where you can give suggestions and, you know, it's heard and it's respected for truly what it is, okay? I feel like you don't have to settle for rebirth, okay? You don't have to settle for the rebirth, okay? Because I feel like that's a fairy tale in itself. I feel like something is permanent though, you know, whether it's not potent, but it is permanent. And that's why at different, and you've probably already gotten the spiritual enlightenment. You need it on that. But that's why it's like something always finds a way to get in and, you know, figure out how to communicate with us, because it's a spirit in itself, right? And it's suitable for certain type of aspects, right? You know, I mean, it's a cup. It just, if it's your cup or not, that's up to you to decide. I just say, just no, because you have to make a choice though, right? Like you have to make a choice. But I say the rooted and grounded choice to make is one of where you are able to fulfill your life's purpose, and it speaks to your heart, your mind, and body. It suggests that it has desire there to change and to grow and develop healthy ways of being, living, and seeing. So that will be like my pick, right? What's the Seven of Cups here? The Strength, the Eight of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, you have to realize what really matters though, okay? I feel like I feel like, yes, you did choose right though, Aries, okay? When it came to walking away from something that just wasn't your cup. That's just really what it is. It just wasn't your cup. It brought more concern. It brought more, you know, only surface level artificial type of joy and happiness, okay? That's just in whatever way that is, that's just what it brought. And I feel like that's kind of like a weakness for everybody, right? It's not just your relationship or your business endeavor, but like the whole collective. By even allowing that like that just kind of like, you feel me, like it's like but I feel like you chose really right, okay? And just continue to stand on your decisions and choices. Don't, you know, even if it's not all good days, and you know things, you have to work really hard to balance things out, but man, it's just something about actually seeing that teamwork does make the dream work. And if we are relying on, you know, things that has already proven in the past that it's not going to last that long because it's not us having compassion for ourselves and others, then it really just, it is what it is, right? I feel like you are very skillful, though, Aries, very skillful at something you do, and I feel like somebody has been truly like watching over a situation that you are invested in a different manner, right? They're not trying to overstep, but it's like it shows your strength and the infinity that that comes through that makeup, okay? I feel like, I won't say try like get rid of technology or anything. Like I said, it's helpful for what it's supposed to be, but it's just like yeah, it's like, are you the key or are you just, you know, the door? That's kind of like how you have to look at a certain situation. Are you unlocking something to open it, or are you in this standstill energy waiting for someone to come and unlock you? What's this divine matrix here? With the Six of Swords, okay? I feel like that's why it's not as strong, right? As it might have been, making itself appear like, because yeah, we celebrate too soon. We get too comfortable too soon. Like it's like, oh, wow, this makes me look this intelligent. This makes me look this beautiful. This makes me look like I'm really the water barrier. I'm really in my empress type of energy, when in all reality, you might just be still needing something to unlock you in a different type of way. So you have to be careful with that. But I feel like with the divine matrix here, continue to move towards calmer waters, okay? I feel like that is your blessings that you carry in your heart, is this future happiness, this real, you know, declaration of independence type of energy for what it truly means. I feel like there is no confession either. Maybe there is a confession that you need to tell somebody, Aries, and only you will know that. But it's coming up again. Yeah, somebody is waiting for something from you, Aries, when it comes to you telling them something. And I don't know. I feel like you broke somebody's heart, Aries. That's what I'm feeling. Or somebody broke your heart, but they are in this resentful energy. I don't know. That type of stuff give me a headache. I don't really know the journey, right? You got to know someone's journey to really be able to see their passengers for what they are. And when you don't know the passengers and you don't know the journey, your proposal on what to do next for someone is not going to be truly what it is. Only you will know what it is, right? So if you feel like you need to write a letter, say something, and let bygones be like, it's just like, I feel like somebody is just, what do you expect from a person? I just don't know. I feel like compassion is all you should expect, right? That's just me though. Like, I don't know. Cause I feel like it's the further up is the further in, right? And however you really are able to understand that, you will see the love for truly what it is. If we're at this point of our life of understanding, then you have to see people didn't do things just because they were like, oh, well, okay. I forget that that's a whole world in itself, the publicity, right? We do things for publicity. So then that's not the interconnectedness or the synchronicities that allows you to be in the divine matrix. So if you did do something for publicity and somebody is being affected negatively by that, you should be the bigger person and apologize and move on. Okay, just let it be. But yeah, somebody's holding on to some type of publicity stunt. I just not my business. I don't know. I just like, I try not to be sad about things that I can't change, right? Like when you can't change stuff, you don't have the time to be sad about it. So like when you as an individual make decisions and choices, then you can't be sad or upset about the reflection of whatever that is. And then yes, you can blame us individual and you could do all those things, but at the end of the day, that gets you as being the person of resisting, and having resentment in your heart and mind and clearly all over the place. It's like you really have to see, like it limits you, and it doesn't help you to be in this energy of future thinking and seeing your future happiness for truly what it is. Yeah, like don't try to knock or downplay someone's growth, right? Like we've grown out of certain energies and that's just what it is. And but, when you're in this energy of still trying to make it seem like things aren't what they are, then that's where that resentful energy comes from. Yeah. Somebody really does understand you though, Aries. And I feel like you should appreciate that for what it is, because not a lot of people understand you. So why the Six of Swords? Oh, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Yeah. It's like start small, and continue to build off of that, or create from that. I feel like the dream state is significant, and it helps to a certain degree. It helps to bring things together, right? It does. Like when it comes to the different aspects of love and beauty, it helps to bring things together for sure. So see the services and the things that is being reflected through your consciousness and awareness, and through our technology. Okay, so I feel like there is forward movement within your energy, and some things might be like toil and labor, type of energy where you have to work really hard. But I feel like continue to be the symbol of truth, love, and happiness. Okay, I feel like the adversity, it just shows the pace of where everyone is, right? It just shows the space that everyone is sharing. So just be careful with that. I feel like someone is not a luxury type of individual, but they pair themselves with some strange things. Ooh. But I feel like you have your feet planted on solid ground, so continue to know that and move in that direction. I feel like there is three, I would say three angels. Okay, three angels that surrounds you when you are traveling. Okay, and I feel like it's very important to keep those three angels with you. Okay, regardless of how annoying they get, and regardless of whatever may seem like it's not really real, or however, whatever doesn't seem like that should be, it's something dealing with the water, that it's like that's the education, that's the way into to something new, right? And it's going to take you to be brave and realize what truly matters, for you to even see the hope and the dreams be, the fairy tale way of living be brought into real life, and real and lifestyles of people. It's going to take time though. That's why I was like, "Ooh," when I was like, "Oh, just give it." No, don't give it nothing. Just know that it's a journey, and journeys is a journey. Yeah. You could study, right? Everybody studies in their own way. That's like that really understanding what matters, realizing what matters, because when you're not extremely spiritual, or whatever, you have to take time to be able to develop that type of lifestyle where you are incorporating the spiritual aspect to the things that you are indulging in and day out. So when you are studying, just make sure you're not like trying to get lost in it, but make it be something that is just a part of you, like whatever. It's not like it's now this is going to be the direction, and this is all I'm putting it into, when that's not really what matters. What matters is for you to live out this human experience, being who you are, and actually have the aspects of spirituality in it, you know religion too, just something more profound and powerful than just your daily routines and endeavors. Okay, so And somebody just doesn't, I mean, they're not like, they don't think that they're the best or they're so good at everything, but somebody doesn't need to study in the form and fashion that everybody else studies in. And that should just be accepted, right? I feel like that, anyways. See the services for what they are and just let it be what it is. But yeah, they be saying too much about the studying. That's like, but that's why the dream, yeah, like you're cheating or something because of the dream state, and you can see things. But that is study though. Like you know how powerful you have to be. I just let it go. You just continue to find moments to meditate as well, right? And you don't have to be all laid on your back and in the dark space or whatever. A meditation is you just quieting the mind, really just quieting the mind. So whenever you have time to be quiet and allow for your thoughts to be, silenced is a form of meditation, okay? It just is. You don't have to do a whole ritual to get into the energy of meditation and focus. What's this karmic floor clearing? We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, the Four of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I'm just saying that's like that energy. It's the energy that's holding on for dear life. Like I told you, somebody does not want to go to sleep. And they are doing a lot to be seen and be awake and be, but that's what needs to be cleared out. People that still juggling too much, juggling themselves, and then they use the makeup of what a situation is or what a person is to still try to like, oh, but remember, and it just we had all this planned, we had all these seeds, and it's like, but you didn't have any seeds though, right? Because when we cut you open, there was no seeds in there. It's just like, I don't know. But yeah, that's what you gotta clear out. The people that still like, but remember, and that's not fair because yeah, and then if it's some publicity stuff, I don't even know about that. But I'm just getting this energy that's not even balanced within their own self, but they're like really energetically trying to still be meaningful in some type of way. Okay, I'm just saying, and that's what you as being the individual need to get away from, right? Like, rewrite your story and truly live your truth. Okay. And like I said, there might be jealousy when it comes to you understanding what that water aspect truly is, right? But you got to stand strong and know that it's not going to be easy to be put in a position of power, okay? It's just not going to be easy. And it's going to still take some time, but it's just like you have to just be really careful with still just accepting certain energies and certain behaviors, right? It's like, because it's so unnecessary, and it doesn't help you to craft out something new. It doesn't help you to rewrite your story because you have to recreate and remember what you did wrong when, boy, like, oh my goodness, I don't know. That does not bring the enjoyment of trying to torture myself for things that I've already apologized for, right? Mm. But yeah, I'm telling you, somebody does not want, like, by any means, they will still do what they're doing, And I mean, it's I don't know if it's wise because I don't know who people are. You have to know the journey and the passengers for who they are. And if you don't, then you're just kind of like pulling at straws. But someone knows who they're dealing with, and maybe it's wise to continue to like fight, you know. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just my interpretation and what I'm picking up on, because it's giving love of money more than love of an individual. Okay. But okay, what's the two of pentacles with the four swords and the queen of wands? Yeah, with the ten of swords. Okay, with the ten of swords, it's just, yeah, it just is what it is. You know, there's gonna, yeah, oh, that's probably already what's happening. Like, there's so much talk about magic and abuse of power, and oh, but remember they did this and they did that. It's like, oh my goodness, it's too much crying. I know, I'm so sorry. I work on that, you know, except having compassion for myself and others, right? I'm working on it. I'm working on that. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, I gotta get out of this energy though. But yeah, Aries, just continue to stay upbeat and focus on that whole, like, not allowing for technology to really just run wild within your own personal life and those that surround you. See your true intelligence for what it is and how powerful your brain and your aspect of life and the things that you can learn from someone else before you have to go and ask, you know, technology for that help. Okay, it's just, it's very important to see that, okay, as being what's going to help glitch something of a certain out of a certain reality. Okay, so all right, Aries, that's all I have for you. I do hope something resonated, and I'm sending you peace, love, and light, and until next time.